You all are welcome back to the channel today. In today's video, I'll be showing you all how to go about the drafting of these two bustier blouse, which has bone channels and a back waistline. It is 100% beginners friendly, and you are never going to regret watching this tutorial to the very end. If you are new to sewing, this is the perfect channel for you. And do not skip any part of this video, because the part you skip might be the most important part to the most important detail. With all that being said, let's get started with today's tutorial. First things first, we need your pattern paper and we need to draft a half scale basic block, which is the foundation or skeleton of any type of dress you intend making. From the top part of my paper, I wrote a straight line, and that would be my shoulder line. Under my shoulder line, I got my neck width of 3 inches and my shoulder of 7 inches. I'll be coming down by 1 inch like this and connect this into my neck width right there. Still on my shoulder line, I'm going to be marking 8 inches, which will be for my armhole length, which is constant for all adults. Then I will connect this together. Then I'll also extend this other part, and that will be my chest line. I'm going to be dividing my bust circumference by 4. Whatever I have, I'm marking it right there on my chest line. Then on this my armhole, I divided it into 2 equal halves. I got the middle and I went in by half of an inch. Now I'm using my curve rule to connect this from my shoulder to this half of an inch all the way to my chest line, just this way. So I'll be marking my neck depth, but at this point this neckline is not really important, but we just need to do it for doing sake. So I marked a neck depth of 3 inches and I created a round neckline. So from my shoulder line, I'm going to be marking my bust point of 10 inches, my under bust of 13 inches, and my half length of 16 inches. Then my blouse length is the entire length of this pattern paper of 24 inches. I've extended all these lines, and I'll go on ahead now to label them, starting from this line, which is my chest line, bust point, under bust, half length, and then the last line I labeled is my hip line. On my bust point, I divided my nipple to nipple point into 2, and I'm marking 3.5 inches on all of these lines, which I'll use my ruler to connect into a straight line. Then I'm going to come to my shoulder. I'll divide what I have right there into 2 equal halves. I'll get the middle, and I'm going to be slanting this into this my dart line right here. So this line right here is not supposed to be straight for any reason. On my half length, I'm marking 1 inch away from my dart line at both sides, and this way I'm connecting it into my bust point, as you can see. Then from my half length, I'm going to be coming down by 5 inches right here. And I'm also going to be connecting my dart just the same way I did for the upper part. The waist that has been created, I'll move over to imputing my body measurements. I already have the quarter of my bust circumference on my chest line, so I'm going to be getting the quarter of my waist circumference. I marked it right there, and I measured my dart of 2 inches, which I replaced as well. On this my top length, I'm dividing my hip circumference by 4, and I mark what I have right there. So at this point, I'll be connecting all these points together. The next step is to get my stretch ruler, and from my underbust, I'll be connecting this into a straight line to the base of this my pattern paper at both sides of this my dart I created earlier. Then I'll get my curve rule, and I'm connecting from my bust point into this my underbust line just this way. So this is it for our bustier dart. Now I'll be determining how deep I want the neckline of my blouse to be. From my shoulder, I marked 6 inches, and that will be okay for my neck depth. Then this part I'm shading won't be needed anymore. On this line now, where I already formed my new neckline, for the side front, I'm going to be marking 1 inch, and then the center front, I'm going to be marking just half of an inch away from my dart line. Now I'm going to be reconnecting these 2 points into my bust point line just this way. I'm going to be taking the measurement of the 2 darts I've created here, and this one is 4 inches. I'll be also measuring the other one. So the other one is short by a quarter of an inch, which I went on ahead to replace because it's very necessary that these 2 dart lines are of the same length. So I'm going to be subtracting my front half length from my back half length. My front half length is 16 and my back half length is 14 inches. I subtracted 14 from 16 inches. I have 2 inches, and I marked it from my bust point line below, and I reconnected it into my nipple to nipple points line. The essence of the side dart is to give more volume to your bustier. So I'm taking the measurement of my dart intake on that my new neckline, which is 1.5 inches in total. Then I replaced it right there, and now I'm going to be reconnecting this now into my half length. Just watch what I'm doing. So remember, I'm yet to replace the dart as well for the hip area. Then what I have there is 2 inches. I've gone ahead to replace it as well, and I'll reconnect it into my half length as well. So that is basically it. So the next thing, I'll just go on ahead to highlight my neckline properly, as you can see right here. Now I'm going to be slashing through this my bust point line so that I can be able to get my neckline. So I stopped exactly under my nipple to nipple point line, and now I'm going to be closing this upper dart. So if I didn't slash the side dart, I won't be able to do this. So I'll close this my upper dart now to get the neckline for the front part. So from here, I'll be coming down by 1.5 inches, and I'll get my curve rule and now connect from this point here into this 1.5 inches, just like this. So when I'm done with that, I'll also turn my curve rule around to the other side, making sure I connect from this other join here, this point where these two lines intersect. I'll connect it into my armhole. You can see right there, and I'll go on ahead to blend this very well. So that is it. I'll go on ahead now to separate this and then slash or cut out my new neckline. So for the upper dart, I'll also repeat the same thing. I'm going to slash this a little bit so that I can be able to close up the side dart. I did this using my sellotape, as you can see right here. So that is it. I'll still go on ahead now to reconnect this properly into my half length as well. So move over to the base to get our back's effect. So I'll also close the dart I have right here as well, and I'll take the measurement of what I have right here and divide it into two. I'll be using my sellotape to hold that part together. On the waistline, I'll be marking 3.5 inches below from my half length, and I'll get my curve rule and reconnect it into this middle part I have right here, which is this point here. Then I'll flip my curve rule to the other side, the other way around, and now reconnect it back to the center front. So I'm trying to get this stylish back effect on the base or waist area of our dress. I'm also making sure to blend this very well so that there are no pointy edges as well. So I remove the sellotape I use in taping my darts, and I label this the side front and the center front. Now I'm using my marker to highlight the parts where I'll be cutting on, just in case it was not so clear with the pencil. So this is what I have after cutting on those lines I highlighted earlier. I'll move over to draft out for the back part. So the back part, I'm just marking this straight line, which will be my shoulder line, and I will get my shoulder of 7 inches and my neck width of 3 inches. I'll come down by 1 inch under my shoulder and connect this into my neck width for my shoulder slope. From that point, I'll come down by 8 inches and also connect these 2 points together and extend this other line, which is the chest line. I'm going to be dividing my armhole into 2 equal halves. There I have 4 inches, and on my chest line I'll be dividing my bust circumference by 4. Whatever I have, I marked it right there, and I'm creating my armhole. So for your back armhole, you don't really need to go in by half of an inch on the half of your armhole, okay? Then for the neck depth, I just mark 1.5 inches. So I'm going to be marking the bust point of 10 inches, and then my back half length of 14 inches, then the length of my blouse of 24 inches. I extended this point into a straight line, and I'm just simply going to now impute my nipple to nipple point divided by 2, which is 3.5 inches. I'm marking on these lines. I will connect them into a straight line. So at both sides, I'll be marking 1 inch, 1 inch at both sides of the waistline away from my dart. I'll also reconnect it this way into my bust point. So basically, I'm repeating everything I did for the front part, just a slight difference here and there. So on my half length, I divided my waist circumference by 4. I marked what I have right there and replaced my dart of 2 inches But because I decided I was going to snatch this a little bit, I now replaced my dart intake of 1 inch instead of 2 inches. In total, my dart intake would have been 2 inches, but I marked 1 inch. So on the base of this my pattern paper, which is also the length of my blouse, I divided my hip circumference by 4 and mark what I have right there. I brought the front part of my pattern paper for the side front so that I can be able to get the exact point where the waist area is, which I did right here, and I marked it here, and I'm reconnecting this into the half length. The back part does not really have much protocol. It is the easiest part to do or draft. So you see how I created the waistline for the back. Just from the waistline I made a slight curve, and then this top part I'm highlighting is where the back neck depth will be starting from. So I'm marking 1 inch right here now, which is what I'm going to be cutting off, and I'm marking 2 extra lines. So this is for me to remember that I'll be fixing loops on these parts right here. So that is it basically for the back part. That's how simple it is. I'll be cutting off that 1 inch because I want this to be laced at the back to give me that snatch effect as well. This is it. I'll also go on ahead to cut out for the that area, and that is it for the back part of this our bustier. All this time so I'm going to be labeling these, the center back and the side back, and also making arrows because this will be slightly confusing after cutting it out on your fabric. So you need to indicate the points that are going for each other. So you can see how perfect this correspond, especially the side front and the side back right here on the armhole area. And that is the perfect effect I really wanted to achieve. Next is to cut this out on my fabric. I have my fabric folded into two. For the center front, you are going to make sure that you fold it at the edge of your fabric because you want this to come out as one piece when you are done cutting this out. All right, so all the parts I'm pinning them, and I'm going ahead now to cut. While cutting, please pay proper attention so that you can see the parts where I added my sewing allowance. On this cuff part on the center front, I added half of an inch, and also at the base half of an inch. For the side front here, I added half of an inch on this part. And then remember, I'm yet to add my sewing allowance. When I get to this part, I'll be marking 1.5 inches as my sewing allowance, and I'll connect it together this way. And I'm also going to be adding half of an inch at the base. For the center back, I'll do the same thing all around. I'm leaving half of an inch. Then for the side back, at the top part half inch, at the sides I'll add 1.5 inches, and at the base I'll be adding just half of an inch. So after cutting out, this is what I have, and this is what it's looking like. So go on ahead and also notch the upper part of the center back and the side back, and at the end of the day you are done with the drafting of this beautiful two bustier top. So basically, in the second part of the tutorial, because it was splitted into two, I'll be uploading the sewing part where I assemble all of the drafted pieces together in order for this particular tutorial not to be so long, because it was getting longer than I expected. So I hope to see you in the second part of the tutorial. Till then, do have a lovely time ahead of you. Bye.